welcome. Buenas tardes. I'm so glad to be here with you. My name is Felipe Agredano. I'm an associate director of a nonprofit housing agency. How did I get there? Born in UCLA, raised in Huntington Park. All right, lived in, and like some of the members of the panel too, I started out at UCLA College. Needed some guidance. I finished my AA at UCLA College and then transferred to UC Berkeley. And UC Berkeley finished a BA in political science and a BA in Chicano studies. And after that, I come from a very strong religious background community. Religion was always in the background, and I had a lot of questions, a lot of curiosity. So I applied to Harvard University to divinity school, and I did my master's in divinity. And she was saying, like, how do you go from political science, Chicano studies, and religion? What do you do with that, right? Well, my first job after my master's back here in California was working with a state legislator who had his doctorate in religion as well. And when at our first interview, we talked about the ministry of public service, of serving. After having worked for a state assembly member, state senator, and then a local council member, I also ran for office. I ran for school board. I won, and I got to serve on the school board, and that was also a very interesting experience. And how do we provide services back to the community? All those years of service in public service in the state legislature, city council, school district led me to where I am now. About 4 years ago, many of you you'll remember. You weren't that young. 4 years ago, our nation was faced with a huge housing crisis, where families were losing their homes, families were losing their jobs, that led them to lose their homes. Some of you may have experienced something like that. Some of you may have known someone that lost their home, or it was hard to stay in their home. Well, our agency, as an agency that does public service, and we help families that are in danger of losing their home. We help families that live in apartments that want to become homeowners and want to be integrated into the system, the economic system, to the market, want to have investment and pass it on to their children, such as yourselves. And so my regular day looks like helping out with families, talking to legislators about how to improve legislation they make that will assist families. And we also talk to the banks to help us with funding, because they fund many of our projects. And when the banks aren't doing something right, we also talk to the banks, and we let them know what they're not doing right and how they correct that. So it's and when we talk to these banks, we make sure to instill the fear of God in them. You know, that's how. And we instill the fear of God in the banks, and we pray for the families, and we just do whatever it takes to make sure that our families have housing, have a roof over their heads.
So I guess I'll open it up with 2 questions, and then once we do those 2 questions, like 2 from each one of the panel, and then once we do that, then we can we'll take questions from the one here. Okay? So let me start off with 1 question, and then we'll go off with everybody there. What advice do you wish you had gotten at the age of 17 to set you off on your dream career?
Excellent at what you do. And be centered. Be centered. In this room is the next corporate CEO. In this room is the next doctora. In this room is the next state legislature. The next federal Congress member. In this room, we have very capable, intellectual people. We're looking to you to lead our state, to lead our nation, to lead in your field, whatever fields you will be choosing. You will be great. So just remember that don't take no for an answer. Be fearless. Don't have doubts about what you can be able to do. You're able to accomplish a lot. Be the best at what you do. People will remember to when you were 17. You know, everything along your career. Do it well. Establish a great concept. So when they mention your name, good thoughts, happy thoughts, smiles come to people, and also people that will fear you because you are an excellent person. And be centered. Take care of yourself. Be focused. Don't forget where you came from. and why you're doing what you set yourselves to do, you can do it. That's what I would say if I was 17.
Cheat sheet, right? I hope you guys all took really good notes on that. That's some amazing advice, and maybe saved you a couple of headaches along the way. So now we'll open it up to questions. Yes.
Hi, my name is Liliana Trujillo. I'm from Wilson High School in Oscarino. For those of you, I'm kind of curious because you guys went to community college, and as the presenter earlier showed us, a lot of Latinos don't get out, thinking that they were going to transfer. And I think that knowing like seniors from my school that I've seen from the past, they follow the same path. So I'm just wondering like what motivated you to truly like pursue that goal from being so far behind, catching up, and then, you know, getting out there and falling to who you are today.
Guidance of, you know, when do you apply, when do you do the different tests to get in. So having or lacking that guidance, ended up at a community college that my goal was still to go on and finish my my BA at the very least. Going on to do the master's, going on to do a PhD, my goal was just to finish a BA. So I would say it's true. A lot of Latinos, Latinas that end up in junior college, they many times lose perspective of time or the goal. Stay focused, stay centered on what your goal is, and pursue it. Don't let anyone tell you no. Be fearless about that, and be persistent, adamant. Someone tells you no, you just go right through that wall. Someone tells you no, you just go right under the wall, around the wall, climb the wall. You go through the wall. Don't let you tear down those walls. No is not an option. It's not an option for you. So just continue on that. Like you said, tears, sweat, doubt. What's that end? Continue on your goal.
Any question?
Who comes to this country undocumented, with a third grade education, works in the fields, they clean sometimes toilets, offices. He was driven. He started a small little business market, a carniceria, meat market, and then it grew and grew. And he was able, he comes from nothing on his back, just his, the sweat, his hard work, and he grows into this big business. I thought, if that man could do that, that's my father. If he could do that, I could do a lot more. With all this education, with being a citizen, with having access, there's no reason why I can do better. Because that's what and of course my dad with a very limited third grade education, he was like my biggest pusher and the biggest cheerleader and biggest like, you can do it. A big disappointment when I was 13, 14, my birthday, got this big box, heavy, and I thought, it's gonna be something good, right? And I saved it till the end. It was nice, big and heavy box. I saved it till the end. I opened up the gift. It was a big dictionary like this. And thought, oh gee. But he used that to with a little education he made me learn maybe anything that I wanted, had to learn, and just he didn't have the guidance to show me what, but he just wanted me to learn. He wanted me to have the confidence that I could. Si se puede, that I could go on. And so that's why my dad, he was my biggest inspiration.
For example, you growing up in an apartment, your families are renting, paying the rent. We help families like your families that if you're renting, become homeowners and buy and purchase a home. So we assist families. We also, when we have to, we go and we talk to the banks and we say, you know what, you're not doing this short. You have to change, and if they don't change, we'll go to the state legislature. Last year, our little agency was at the forefront of a big battle with the banks, and we forced the state legislature, not forced, we forced the banks by talking to our legislature and passing a big law that looked at housing, making sure that families had fair treatment, had a process, had a place where they can stay in the home. So we created the California Homeowners Bill of Rights. It was the first in the nation, and it was a little agency like ourselves, going up against the banks. You mentioned how that was, but we were in the name of the families, in the name of the community. That's what I do. We work with families. We take our families, talk to our legislators to help transform the way people live and the way they stay in their homes. That's what I do. We assist families with housing services.